Okay, hi everyone, it's Jarrat here from Longevity Personal Training and Exercise Physiology. What we're going to cover for you guys today, excuse me, is we're going to cover the key cardiovascular sessions that we use to improve someone's cardiovascular fitness, not just their fitness for performance, but also their key blood markers or risk factors for heart disease, diabetes, lifestyle-related cancers. You okay there, Nicola?
Yeah, good.
Okay. So we've got Nicola here behind the camera. If you've got any comments, got any questions as we go, just pop them in the comments section and Nicola will see that. And also grab this, share it with your friends. There's going to be some key sessions here that anyone can use to improve their cardiovascular fitness. So first up, the first thing we need to do is we need to test that aerobic capacity. So if I graph here our intensity along this axis, and normally that's speed, so let's call it kilometres per hour or something similar. And then here we've got T for time. Everything good, Nicola?
Yeah, everything's good, yeah.
Okay, so the first thing we do is we do a little, what we call a sub-max test. It's an incremental test. And we very slowly increase the intensity over time in a nice linear fashion. Okay. We increase that until we get an RPE or rate of perceived exertion score of about 8 out of 10. We use a 1 to 10 scale for those physiologists watching at home. And that sets our baseline for all of our other sessions. So what that looks like in terms of our lactic acid and our carbon dioxide development is over time we have very little at a low intensity, we have very little development of those things. And as we approach this thing called the anaerobic threshold, which is, let's say the imaginary anaerobic threshold is here, we slowly increase, it gets a little bit more and more, and then it shoots through the roof when we hit that anaerobic threshold. Okay? So this is the point of sort of no return, if you like. Our lactic acid goes through the roof, our carbon dioxide goes through the roof. Unless you stop or decrease your speed dramatically, you won't be able to continue. Okay? So, I didn't get my eraser. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Right, we're live. All right, so that's our sub-max test. And now we've got this anaerobic threshold established, which is not our absolute max. It's the point just before that. We've got a little bit of lactic, or that little bit of muscle stored energy left. Next one we do is a 6-300s, and we do, it's a much higher intensity interval, so we're above our anaerobic threshold up here, and we recover down here, 100 metre walk, nice and easy. So it's 300 metres again, and 100 metre walk recovery. Okay? Playing with that anaerobic threshold the whole time. We try and get 6 by 300 straight away. If we don't have the cardiovascular fitness or the conditioning to do that, we'll start with something like 6 by 50 metres with a 100 metre recovery, but we'll still pop above that anaerobic threshold. And over time, we can increase that distance all the way up to 6-300s. So that's session number 2. By the way, once we can do 6-300s, we increase the speed. Keep the recovery the same. Alright, session number 3, the fartlek session. So fartlek's a Swiss word that means speed play. So we're playing again with the anaerobic threshold, not as intensely though, not as high, not as low. So we start with 2 minutes above our anaerobic threshold, and we do 2 minutes below, 1 minute above, 1 minute below, 30 seconds above, 30 seconds below. So the key to these sessions is if we can't get that intensity right, we'll be sitting here or way too high and we can't continue. We'll do that once through, have a 1 minute recovery, nice and light, and do it a second time. 15 minutes, all done.
What are some indicators that you're too high or too low in these sessions? Like some physical indicators and, RPE and...
Yeah, so we use RPA obviously for the first one, and we can use it in the others as well, but if we don't If we get the first one right, and you're doing it with a professional, and this is the value of a good exercise physiologist and the value of a good personal trainer, is they'll get that level right on your behalf. If we get it wrong and it's too high, we're going to hit that anaerobic threshold too soon, we're going to go into that lactic zone, you just won't be able to continue. It's as simple as that. If we're too low, it's a little bit harder to tell if it's too easy, but without the initial test, the initial submax test, you can't start to set the levels correctly. And even then with our RPE, we could waste 4, 5, 6 minutes not training at the level we need to be at, when it should be straight on that level right from the first 10 seconds. And that's where that principle of train smarter, not harder, really comes into play. You can spend a lot of time working in the wrong zone. It's not ever going to increase your aerobic capacity or your lactic time. Alright, session number 3, 12-minute run. Really simple, steady state, just below our anaerobic threshold. The only time we'll go above that anaerobic threshold is perhaps just at the end, because if we get lactic at the end, we're going to stop anyway. If we get it wrong through here, we're in trouble. You won't be able to maintain it, you'll have to decrease your speed. A steady speed gets the best achievement there. So it's called a threshold session. We're sitting on or below the anaerobic threshold. Next one, and our last one we'll cover for today. We have a multitude of these that we can run through, but these are my favourite 5. And the last one is a Tabata session. So this is the highest intensity of them all. We're right up here for 20 seconds, and we're stopping for 20 seconds. So right up here for 20 seconds, stopping for 20 seconds. And we'll do that times 8. Okay, it sounds like a lot, but it only takes 5 minutes to do. Because this is the highest intensity, I usually do it last. And you also, if we do it in the gym, you need the skills to jump on and off the treadmill. If you can't jump on and off the treadmill, don't try it. If you do it in the park, much easier, 20 seconds flat out, stop. You just need a stopwatch or someone to be able to call the time for you. Okay. So, I've been using the core part of these protocols for 25 years. And we've been using them in the core part of longevity personal training and exercise physiology for over 10 years. We've taken people from non-exercisers to marathon runners. We've also helped people improve their blood markers. So they work together. You've got performance and you've got health. So these same sessions, when conducted appropriately, can help you improve your blood glucose levels, improve your blood pressure, improve your cholesterol, and we're decreasing all of our risk factors for heart disease, diabetes, and lifestyle-related cancers. So the final bit I want to finish on is from a performance point of view, and this came from a friend of mine earlier today. He said his son's got a cross-country coming up in about 3 weeks, and he wanted to know what improvement or what could he do in the next 3 weeks to help his son improve for the next level of cross-country. So here's my advice. The first thing is you want to do what I call a base run. Is that big enough?
Yeah. Just before you go, Jarrat, do you mind just filling the audience in about what and me in about what it actually feels like to hit your anaerobic threshold, and what does that mean for your fitness?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It's really important because I think what most people do, particularly in the gym, is they never break through this, because they're not, and that makes them completely unused to it. So you get this nice aerobic base, but you never build your lactic tolerance. So the key here is to have the confidence to break through it, and it doesn't feel nice, particularly the first few times you do it. That lactic feeling can manifest itself as an achy feeling. You can feel a headache, you can feel a little bit toxic. You start to breathe heavy. That's why the talk test works so well. We can't complete a sentence without taking a breath. And when we're in this zone, we can talk. But when we break through that anaerobic zone, the time for talking is over because we've exhausted all of our oxygen, or almost all of our oxygen. So what happens over time? Yeah, you're right, I skipped a step here. What happens over time is if this is athlete 3 weeks ago or 6 weeks ago, what we should see over time is this is athlete 6 weeks later, 3 weeks later.
With some anaerobic threshold training, such as 6-300s, intervals, our cardio protocols.
Yeah, and the great thing about these is they train you for each one. So if we roll through those 5 sessions, I guarantee even within a 2-week period, if you're consistent with your training and you look after your body and you recover properly and you eat well, you will get an improvement in your anaerobic threshold that quick. And over a year, it's extraordinary what you can do. So the difference here would be when we go back and do that retest of that anaerobic threshold, we get for athlete 1, so we'd have a build up over time, and then they hit that anaerobic threshold and bang, right? Like we said before.
They're out.
They're out. Athlete 2 or trained athlete, over time, what we'll get is a slower build up, less lactic, less carbon dioxide at the same intensity, less. We don't get to that threshold until a little bit later, and obviously at a higher speed, higher intensity. As the sirens go on, that's what it feels like when you hit the lactic threshold. And bang, we're there. But the difference is we all hit that lactic threshold. It doesn't disappear because we bumped it higher. We can perform better, and we can tolerate it better. So the 2 main adaptations are, 1, we produce less lactic acid at the same intensity, and adaptation 2 is we get rid of it faster. So it's flushed out of their system a lot quicker. So 2-fold adaptation for anyone who's trained.
And what does that mean for the normal, like you, me, Joe Blow down the road? Like, what does that mean?
For you and me, it means better performance, because we're after we play team sports or we play individual sport, we're after better performance. For Joe Blow or Mary, who just wants to be able to do life things a little bit easier, it means next time you walk up that hill, you don't feel as puffed. It means the next time you have to lift something or you have to do an extended period of activity, your tolerance will be higher. So think of that one thing that you can't quite do now with that training effect. That will become achievable, that next little step. And then you can repeat the process and bump that anaerobic threshold again.
Cool.
Alright. So
it's a pretty uncomfortable feeling, that anaerobic threshold, isn't it?
Yeah. But you will find, because, and that's when you're a trained person, because you're used to it, first of all, there's a psychological effect. You actually don't mind it so much because you're used to what it feels like and you know it will pass. The second aspect is physically you actually do get rid of the feeling faster because your body's just better able to manage it. So if you hide away, if you never want to go there, when you do have to go there, and we all will at some point, it'll feel worse.
Yeah, okay.
Which is why, again, important to get those levels right from the start. So if you aren't sure, use a professional, get the levels right, because you can get it very wrong either way. Okay, so our advice for our young cross-country runner, we'll come back to that. First thing is do a base run. So if you've never jogged before, just jog for as far as you can without stopping at a slow pace and see how long it is. It might be 10 minutes, and that's fine, that's your starting point. But let's say it's 30 minutes. So do 30 minutes. Once a week, non-stop jogging. Every week, just increase that by 10%. Okay, not the speed, not the terrain, just the duration.
So that was the jog.
Jog.
Easy,
easy.
Below the threshold.
Down below the threshold, nice and steady. Right?
Okay, cool.
For some people, that will have to start as a walk.
Okay.
But for this, I know this young kid, he can jog. Okay. So that's session 1, S1. Session 2. My great whiteboards. Session 2.
Born to be a teacher.
Pick one of our sessions. So do 6 by 300. A day off in between. Session 3. After another day off in between, pick another one, and you might do the 12-minute run. Second week, do the same here, increase by 10%. Then do our fartlek. Second week, try Tabata. Week 3, come back, pick your favourites, repeat them again. But increase this by 10% one more time. Okay, in 3 weeks, that's more than enough. It avoids overtraining, it gives you a day off in between, it gives you an extra rest day in the week. And for a young kid, that's plenty. And if the goal is, I want to, next year I want to be able to do better, if you're concerned about your performance, well, the answer is not push it harder in the last 3 weeks, it's start your preparation a little bit earlier. And that will give you more than enough time for the body to adapt to that new stimulus. Yeah. So I hope that helps. My friend that's had that question before, but anyone can apply that. Do you have any other questions to answer?
No, I think it's all good, yeah.
So anyone watching at home, pop a comment in the comment section. If you like what we're doing, put a comment. If you've got some questions about the technical aspects behind this, answer some questions. It's probably a couple of weeks at university, the complexity behind all of that, summarised into just a 10-minute video. But if you've got questions, post it in the comment section and we'll answer those for you next week.
Cool.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Awesome.